Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the crypto market update. Today is January 20th, the best day, 2025. Hopefully you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Woo, just got to take a breath there. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic wherever you happen to be tuning in from and however you happen to be watching us, as we are live streaming across YouTube, X, and Rumble. Guys, this is your daily source for everything cryptocurrency markets and trading. It is a day. It is a day, ladies and gentlemen. New all-time high on BTC. Massive hourly volume coming in over the last few hours, of course, as Donald Trump has just been sworn in as the 47th president of the United States. And markets are a bit of a mixed bag, but definitely overall soaring. Interesting day. So we've got a lot coming up, okay? I just published my alpha report for today. I know it was a little brief, but honestly, I was doing a lot of trading this morning, okay? I was doing a lot of trading this morning, so I apologize. But let's talk about the specifics. All right, so we obviously have massive ETF inflows the last 3 days of recorded ETF inflows. All right, so massive Bitcoin ETF inflows. It does seem either there's only two possibilities. Either we are seeing kind of a big just volatility trade, which it is a big volatility trade, no matter how you want to slice it. But either what I mean by that more specifically for us, for the retail trader, for the average investor, is either we're just going to see Bitcoin stay within the range. We had a big surge of ETF, or this is exactly what you would see in preparation of a more massive breakout, looking at something like 120,000, 130,000, dare I say even 150,000, as we are looking to potentially continue this moving into Q1. Now, so far, and I'm not here to toot my own horn, but if you've been following this channel, you guys know that overall price is unfolding exactly as I've been talking about it, exactly as I was expecting, that we were going to get this is exactly what I said. I said we were going to get a bullish CPI print. That happened. We pumped into the bullish CPI print and continued pumping following the bullish CPI print into Trump's inauguration, which is exactly what I thought was going to happen. Now, what is the next catalyst that we have in front of us? It's the FOMC. On January 29th, I have demonstrated over and over again how Bitcoin's price action is extremely closely correlated to the Federal Reserve's monetary policy. Now, of course, we have the big wrench of Donald Trump in the office now, but I do not expect the Fed to pivot on their hawkishness that they displayed in December. Of course, this is the same hawkishness on inflation, on interest rates that we saw in April of 2024 that moved us into, March of 2024, the March FOMC, that moved us into the summer doldrums, where we overall trended down in a range. All right, we just bounced down, but we overall trended down in a descending channel until we broke out, blah, blah, blah. Why do we break out? Because we finally got our first rate cut in September, and then, of course, the election of Donald Trump in November that spark the next catalyst. So now we have a similar set of catalysts on the horizon. All right. The big thing, I think one big reason people are strategically piling into Bitcoin right now is hopes that in this list of 200 executive orders that Donald Trump is about to sign, one of them will be the strategic Bitcoin reserve. I've heard a lot of this, a lot of that. Oh, we can't do this. He can't do that. Listen, I think everything's out the window. All right. I think this man's going to do whatever the hell he wants to do. But we're going to see if let's talk about the realistic outcomes that we're going to see over the next 24 to 48 hours. If he signs anything strategic Bitcoin Reserve Act, we're probably going to immediately pump to 120,000. Pretty simple. Up, down 10%. Easy. No problem. If he does not, okay, then overall bullish market structure still looks quite bullish. We have broken out of the wedge. So unless we get a throwback back into the wedge, which that would be concerned if we trade below $97,000 at this point, we're going to look at this all on the chart here in a little bit. But if we get a throwback to 97,000 at this point in time, then we're likely just going to trade into the wedge. And then we're going to have to play whatever, because the FOMC is going to be hawkish. There's no way to slice it. The FOMC is going to be hawkish. I would be astounded if Jerome Powell came out on the 29th and was like, oh, you know what? Never mind. 5 rate cuts. That would be astounding to me. All right. I'm willing to believe anything, but that would be astounding to me. But overall, I favor spot Bitcoin long positions right now. I am in a Bitcoin long. In fact, I've added more into my Bitcoin long. I cycled out quite a bit of altcoins just to allow Bitcoin to ride here if we are indeed going to break out to 120, potentially even 150,000. So I want to be kind of heavily in Bitcoin if we're going to have this surge. And then once we get to those levels, I'll cycle slowly back into altcoins, because altcoins still are bleeding into BTC, right? Even our top altcoins are pretty much just continuing their trend of bleeding into BTC. Now, of course, they're up in USD value, but overall, it's just been better. So more tactical trades when it comes to altcoins, and just overall, I think just allowing a good thing to ride in the form of BTC. And sometimes it really doesn't need to be more complicated than that. I think often we as traders, you know, when we're looking for, you know, capital rotation, it just depends on what your risk tolerance is and what kind of returns you're trying to get. You know, it doesn't really need to be that complicated. It just needs to be strategic. All right. You need to have clear signals to enter. You need to have clear signals to exit. You need to have invalidation levels where you're going to cut your losses, and you're looking to play the game, the long-term game. This is very similar to, I always think about this, right? Jordan Peterson, something that he said that's really, you know, moved deeply in me and how I mentor young men and even my own children, is that it's not about winning the game right in front of you right now. It's playing in such a way that you're invited to play many, many games moving forward throughout your life, because that is the core structure of a good social life, of a good social connection, which is incredibly valuable if you want to live a good life, right? Mentally, emotionally, physically, you need to have good social connections. And that requires your strategy to be not just I have to dominate and win the game in front of me, although there are situations that call for that, but overall playing the game of life in such a way that those around you want to invite you to continue to play future games. Right? So this is something I continually teach my children. This is something I continually try to impress upon those who look up to me. But I also view trading in such a way. It's bankroll management. It is important. It is good to win the trade in front of you. But it's more important to trade in such a way that you can continue to trade moving forward for a long period of time. Because if you have an edge, if you've done the work, if you've back tested your strategy, if you have your indicator suite, if you have your system, and you have an edge, then if you play the game enough times, if you enter into enough trades over a long series of times, you will emerge victorious. You will emerge victorious. The biggest problems, the biggest setbacks for traders are hyper focusing on the singular game in front of you, the singular trade in front of you. Not cutting losses when you reach your invalidation point, not taking profit when you reach your take profit levels. Becoming emotionally invested in this, fueled in cryptocurrency by this meme coin mania. I'm going to turn my $1,000, my $10,000, my $100,000 into 1 million, 10 million, 20 million overnight. That is a very poisonous and toxic mindset and ideology that is not going to make you money. It is actively going to lose you money. So focus on the series of games, not the game right in front of you. With that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, a few quick programming notes. We do this show. I know. Last week, I'm sorry. I have no excuses. All right. Personal things. We do this show every weekday from noon to 2 Central Standard Time here, safely sheltered from the East and West Coast, smack dab in the middle of the United States. But for you, those of you on the East Coast, that is 1 to 3 p.m. We do this show on YouTube, Rumble, and X. If you want to support what we're doing, please. It only takes a second, and it is absolutely free. You have no idea how much it helps. Please like this video. Share this video. Subscribe to this channel so you do not miss an update. Links down in the description for everything you could possibly need. Shout out to BYDFi, exchange partner of the show. Why? You know what? Hold on a second. What is going on? Wow, how unprofessional. How did you guys let me proceed without my banners? Yes. Shout out to ByDFi, exchange partner of Cracking Cryptocurrency, and subscribe to the Daily Alpha Report to receive insights into your inbox every single day, completely for free. First link in the description. With that out of the way, let's get to the markets and see what's going on. Obviously, we are still riding our long from approximately $95,000. We did go ahead and scale off profits, as you can see here, at $103,000. We do have our invalidation right now at 99,000. Realistically, I have that at about a 50 to 60% confidence level to actually get hit, which would be completely fine. And then I just kind of look to re-enter on our next signal. But overall, I do just want to kind of hold the line and look for continuation moving forward, especially over the next couple of hours while we are likely to get any sort of catalyst. So obviously, big picture here, new all-time high on BTC. I will be launching copy trading pretty soon. I did see that question on Discord, ladies and gentlemen. Shout outs, of course, to my early chatters. I see Mikado, Alex81SG, M3TZ, Profit, Bear. Good to see you guys. Good morning. Good morning. Hi. Hello. Jesus was mentioned many times during today's live stream. All right. Alex says, better chance of the Jewish rabbi mentioning Jesus than Trump mentioning Bitcoin. How dare you, sir? How dare you? Overall update on the account that we are going to be copy trading from. We started at $1,000. We are currently at a margin balance of 2,200. So we have 2x this trading account so far. And the goal is to get this to $10,000 and basically show you exactly how we do that. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, let's start with our top movers of the day, or kind of the main things that I'm watching. Looking at Anon over on the Sonic blockchain, I did go ahead and cycle out of this, Alex, basically the day after you did, locking in a 70% move up from my entry at, I think it was $11. So it's probably more than that. I entered at 11 and I exited around 18, I do believe. Yeah, no, it must have been like 19. So almost, almost a 2x on that position. Okay, I am still holding STX. I still am holding XRP. That's doing pretty well. And then Solana has obviously done very, very well. I think obviously what is the demand for Solana? It has been the demand for the Trump and Melania meme coins. The current scuttlebutt on the radar is that the Trump meme coin could potentially hit $120 billion. But of course, it did run up and hit what? $10 billion or $50 billion. That's FDV. We'll look at it in a little bit. If we look at FDV, and then obviously I just bought back into Department of Government Efficiency. I thought that was a good move this morning. I literally bought it the moment that it was mentioned this morning. Let's go to Trump. And I did buy $1,000 of this so far. I've got about $10,000 to allocate to this. And why do we have this time frame? This isn't helpful. 15-minute time frame is a little bit more helpful. Yeah, so as far as FDV goes, we did jump up to like 85.6 billion. We are currently trading around 40 billion right now. Looks like we have established support at around 30 to 40 billion. So we'll just see. Trade with caution. I tend to take more risk than most people want to do. Mom Chill, good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. But other than that, overall, Solana AI sector has pretty much just been very, very, very much pummeled. It's been a brutal 3 weeks since everybody basically realized that AI agents are going to change the world. And then as soon as everybody realized that AI agents are going to change the world, everything just started dumping. So pretty classic. I am expecting a big renaissance in these coins moving forward. But overall, we're just kind of in watch and wait right now. That's kind of the only thing right there. So let's get back into our normal process here. Let's see. What are we doing here? Deep doing very well. HNT just completely collapsing. So my deep in play so far not playing out. Let's get to the big skiddly do. Overall, where is Bitcoin at in its cycle? Still at the 50% mark, at trading at $103,649. So overall, pretty good, but we are just trying to break into the thrill euphoria zone of the market. Overall, logarithmic peak of this market is estimated to be around 380,000, which would put, 180,000 to 200,000, 180,000, or excuse me, 175,000 to $225,000 as a relatively safe target for the market peak of this cycle. MVRV ratio, market value to realized value. This has successfully helped us predict previous market cycle tops. We're nowhere near any of the peaks that we saw in previous bull market highs, at previous bull market peaks. This metric is currently sitting at 2.47. We're looking at around 3.3, law of diminishing returns for our take profit target here, as the, not take profit target, but overall, like, hey, this is the market. This is probably where we want to be cycling out of the market and back into USD, and then just waiting for another 18 months to buy the bottom, which is what we've done. Bitcoin volatility is extremely high right now. 7-day volatility relative to 4-hour volatility. We are, of course, at that peak. Typically, the modus operandi when we are this high is to be closing positions out and expecting a reversal. I'll just be very honest about that. That's very cool. Looking at stablecoin dominance, this is such volatility today relative to stablecoin dominance, like move up, move down of like 3% in stablecoin dominance. So overall, let's just refresh the chart. Where is stablecoin dominance? Of course, if we want to zoom out a little bit, we are at the same lows in stablecoin dominance where we did see the massive reversal in March, which coincided with the hawkish FOMC that did lead us into the summer doldrums. So again, when this chart goes up, Bitcoin price goes down. When this chart goes down, Bitcoin price goes up. Altcoins go up as well, typically. But again, we'll look at Bitcoin and stablecoin dominance to kind of deriviate that. So far, just overall consolidating in this pattern right now. We did, of course, fail the breakout at 6%. So overall, that is resistance. Making a new low, a new daily low, which is good, and hopefully making a new high here. So we just want to see this metric continue to go down. But again, we are ranging, we are consolidating. So a case could, of course, be made here that this is likely now going to cycle back up above the moving averages as we are trading down below it. All right, as volatility is mean reverting. So again, overall pretty good. We haven't broken out. We're not in fear zone yet. The main things I'm watching on this metric is, are we going to get above 6% in stablecoin dominance? If we break out above 6% in stablecoin dominance, that's probably going to be relatively catastrophic, and probably going to mean that we are definitely entering into the summer, into the winter doldrums, excuse me. But so far we don't see that. Of course, daily momentum is turning back up to the upside. So not overall fantastic or great. Bitcoin and stablecoin dominance, though, not yet breaking out. All right, moving up. All right, but just holding the line. All right, so altcoins, I think it's a little, I use the term altcoins bleeding. That is a little exaggeration-y, I'm not gonna lie, because it's not that they're actually bleeding. It's just that we're overall consolidating. All right, this metric goes up, altcoin value goes down. This metric goes down, altcoin value goes up. And as you can see, we are trying to break above 64% Bitcoin and stablecoin dominance. But we were ascending for quite a while, broke down, rejected from the trading range, and so far not really able to make a significant higher high. Significant resistance here at 64%. So altcoin holders do want to see this metric break down now that we've kind of pushed back up. And we'd like to see some momentum cycle into altcoins. Speaking of altcoins, all right, this is not great, right? This is why I say altcoins are bleeding. This is altcoin price performance minus the Big 10 relative to Bitcoin, and we can see that since January 5th, altcoins despite a minor spike from the 15th to the 17th, really, have just been bleeding out, and now new low. So this is not great for altcoins. This is the reversal point where we reversed last time. But the difference there is that my momentum oscillator is not oversold. So we're not really getting anything. Just two very bad days for altcoins overall. All right. So I would love to say this would be, because this is a strategic time to cycle into altcoins, but I just don't see a signal here. I don't see a signal. We're coming down to the 200 SMA. We're making a lower high after rejecting from long-term resistance. So, I want to be very, very bullish on altcoins, but it does look like Bitcoin is stealing the show. And when you see a good thing, you kind of just let that good thing ride, especially with the volatility that we're seeing. Starting off on Bitcoin, the Mac Daddy of them all, of course, the weekly time frame. Overall, as I have continually pointed out, this is just our timeline overall of how the Fed's monetary policy has affected Bitcoin's price, with the Bitcoin ETF launching in January of 2024, then the Fed pulling back on interest rates at the end of January 2024, which allowed us to really break out and enter into the first pump into March of 2024. Then the Fed gave no clear timeline on the rates, entering us into the summer doldrums. Then in September, we got our first rate cut, and then in November, Trump's election, massive pump, and then in December FOMC we got our second rate cut, but no significantly lowered rate cut expectations for 2025 and a hawkish stance on inflation. Now, of course, we have Trump's inauguration over the last couple of weeks, which has helped push price up, but overall I'm not really expecting a dovish pivot from the Fed in January. So that means, it doesn't mean that price can't go up, right? It doesn't mean the price can't go up. It just means that we're going to have headwinds moving into the end of the month. I would like to see a little bit more from this Trump pump rally. I'd like us to actually like have a nice breakout here. But we'll talk about the key levels to watch. All right, so on the daily time frame, as you can see, we are consolidating in an overall wedge shape pattern. We did break out of that wedge shape pattern from the 17th to the 18th. We back tested it yesterday, and then today we put in a nice bananas pump up to a new all-time high in Bitcoin's price. So looking at this, really, you would say 100,290 is the line in the sand. So maybe it makes more sense to probably move that up to 100,290. Probably makes a lot more sense. I think I'm going to do that. Oh, what? There we go. Lock in a nice $361 there below the low of the current 4-hour candle. All right, that gives me a little bit better movement. Higher low so far today or not today, but on the current 4-hour candle. But overall, the daily looks very good. This is what we want to see a nice breakout look like, because we have this nice break, pullback, retest, and pump. Of course, now this pump is getting sold pretty much heavily into. That's okay. We've seen this before. The daily candle is not closed yet. We still have a lot of volatility going on. So I would say, earlier I had said 99,000, but really looking at the chart right here, I would say 100,290 is going to be the invalidation point, I would say, for current Bitcoin breakout longs. Other than that, we're going to be facing the headwinds of the looming FOMC and likely coming back into the trading range, and we can just play the next breakout. All right, for those of you who are strategically trying to trade. Overall, we did have some nice bullish divergence down here at support and the nice fake out. All right, which is pretty bullish on, not gonna lie. I feel pretty good about myself, feel pretty good about my calls over the last month. And looking at our 4-hour time frame, we do have a bullish 4-hour trend. We are trading above the point of control at 96,846. Volatility is high, but not peaked out. We did get some bearish divergence from here to here. But the whipsaw volatility is quite more important. So the 4-hour candle did just wick down into the 4-hour Guppy EMA buy zone, and we are trading above the 4-hour 200 SMA. So overall, this looks like a nice bullish trend. Invalidation of the 4-hour trend would come with a 4-hour close below 100,656. So I feel quite good about that invalidation of 100,290. Hourly time frame. Let's see here. We did peak out in volatility throughout this whole section, just this massive whipsaw, crazy move in BTC. We didn't get quite overbought. RSI is now trending down below 50, identifying a potential buy opportunity. We have deviated below the 1-hour Guppy band. So either we are going to So we've closed one candle below the 1-hour Guppy bands. We need to close like 2 or 3 more candles, I would say, to invalidate the 1-hour trend, or we need to get back above 105,000 if we are going to continue pumping. But overall, we are above the 1-hour 200 SMA. Invalidation of the 1-hour trend would really come with a close below 100,000 at this point in time. 30-minute time frame. Now let's get freaky with it. All right, let's load. All right, we do have our current 30-minute point of control at 104,884. We did just retest and deviate below the 200 SMA, also diving into the value area low of the day. So for the bulls, we do want to see price quickly reclaim 104,884 and then make its next stab up into the value area high of the day, targets of 110, 111, which, to be frank, 110,000 is my first target for BTC. 118,000 is my second target for BTC with my leverage position right here that we got going on. So overall, it does look like this dump is being bought up. Strong wicks down here indicating buying activity. And right now, the bulls just need to reclaim 104,884 and not reject from 104,884. Get back above this. We do have liquidity voids at 105,733 and 108,436. So watch for rejections or wicks up into those areas. But basically, we just want to see 105, let's just say 105,000 be reclaimed if we are going to continue pumping. And then looking at the 5-minute time frame, 5-minute volatility basically maxed out on that dump down into the value area low. 5-minute point of control is at 108,153. bullish divergence here on the 5-minute RSI. So let's see if we can reclaim the 5-minute trend by getting it back above, again, $105,000. Overall, pretty good. Looking at Ethereum. Oh, sorry. I should probably give you guys a conclusion. So I'm holding spot BTC. I would be holding spot BTC for leveraged positions. I would continue to hold leveraged positions on BTC right now. But again, I would close them. I'd have 100,290 as my invalidation, especially if you're entering now or if you bought into the breakout anytime over the last 24 hours. 100,290 would be my short-term invalidation. And then I would have those nice swing targets of 110, $117,000. Ethereum. Ethereum on the weekly time frame has reclaimed the weekly bullish trend. We wicked down into the weekly guppy EMAs, and we are currently pushing up from them. Daily momentum is positive. Volatility is relatively low. I would say this looks pretty healthy because we have basically a test of the local highs of 4,000, approximately what? Not a 50% pullback, but like a 30% pullback, retesting the bands. At the very least, what we saw last time was, a lower high. So I think we could probably see Ethereum at 3,800. Although I will be honest, some other of my peers are being quite bearish on Ethereum. I really think they're being a little bit overstated because I just transacted on Ethereum. I bought Doge and the fees were $50. So I don't really understand their perspective when they were saying like, oh, nobody's using Ethereum. Then the gas fees wouldn't be so freaking high. All right. But again, Ethereum has underperformed. There is quite a bit of fundamentals looking at Ethereum with regards to, obviously Trump's, crypto fund buying a bunch of Ethereum. I think they bought like $20 million worth of Ethereum yesterday, and Barron Trump bull posting about Ethereum. So there is quite a lot of talk. Vitalik is in America right now, so there's some scuttlebutt that always going to be meeting with, so all of these kind of things, especially after Trump kind of criticized XRP. So I don't want to really be too bearish on Ethereum, even though fundamentally I am losing my luster over it, but we'll see. As far as the daily time frame goes, we are above the 200 SMA. We did just make 2 consecutive lower lows with some pretty significant wicks. The last time we made a lower low like this, we consolidated and then moved up about 13% as we deviated below the 4-hour guppy bands. We've done something very similar right now where we made a wick, kind of an initial reaction for a lower high, but right back in that kind of consolidation area. So the daily would be quite bullish. Daily momentum is positive, but not in the bullish control zone. I would want to see a daily close above 3,396. Let's just say 3,400. And then I would be expecting higher prices on Ethereum, which means if you wanted to buy right now with invalidation around 3,100, probably not the worst trade in the world. 4-hour volatility is compressing. We have got not compressing, but quite a bit of an expansion in volatility right here. But overall, you can see that we are really trying to break above the declining 200 SMA here on the 4-hour time frame, and we are struggling to flip the 4-hour trend bullish. So again, a close above 3,390, let's just say 3,400, would not only be a bullish 4-hour trend, but also a reclaim of the 4-hour 200 SMA. So that would be a pretty good breakout signal in my eyes. And then you could probably just do something like if that happens, you could probably do like 3,300 as your stop loss. Looks pretty good. I am holding Ethereum. Basically holding Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana right now. On the 1-hour time frame, Ethereum is making higher lows. Big wicks to the downside, so those are getting gobbled up quite a bit. A big buy right here, big sell right here. So if this is like the same whale, then he just sold at a big loss. All right, he got slipped all the way up here, and he got slipped all the way down here. So hopefully we can get rid of these whale shenanigans and just actually put in a nice pump. The 1-hour time frame, again, a lot of volume, a lot of volatility right now. Overall, RSI is trending to the upside. This is a higher low. and we are grinding the 200 SMA as support. So overall, I think this is good. We have kind of this big deviation down here when Ethereum traded all the way down to 3,000, basically a reclaim of 3,400, and now we are able to hold 3,100. So again, big breakout signals I'd look for is, can Ethereum break above 3,400? Probably anywhere between here and here, which is basically where price currently is likely a good entry. If you're going to be dip buying, I would use this as my invalidation, probably 3,100, 3,125. And then otherwise, wait for that $3,400 breakout and then use that. What did I talk about? That invalidation around 3,200, 3,300, I believe is what I said. Yeah. Looking at the 30-minute time frame, again, caught quite a bit of volatility here, ladies and gentlemen. We are trading right at the point of control, 3,311. There is a liquidity void at 3,398, so 3,400. So look for price to get above that and close above that and not reject from that. 5-minute time frame. Yeah, we had a nice deviation below VWAP to one standard deviation. 5-minute trend would be reclaimed on a close above 33.28. And 5-minute RSI is overall moving up, so doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too bad. Solana. All right, new all-time high on Solana. You love to see it. It's a beautiful move. Weekly bullish trend, ladies and gentlemen. Weekly bullish trend. Overall volatility on the weekly time frame moving down. RSI in the positive and breaking above the signal line, which is pretty good. Signal line moving up. Obviously, big wicks to the upside. The level to hold for Solana is 220. Which has been a pretty key level. We've talked about 220 a lot, it seems like, over the past month. But that is where the weekly 10 moving average is, and that is the level to hold on the weekly time frame for Solana. Overall, Solana looking pretty good. Daily time frame. Daily maxed out volatility, so probably just strategically a good place to take profits. Looking at 225 to 210 as pullback targets for Solana for reentry if we are going to be holding 180 as our current low. Overall, the daily is above the 200 SMA. RSI did, of course, get overbought here. And of course, like I said, volatility is peaking out. So Solana could still continue to be a good trade, but it is quite overbought and maxed out volatility at the moment, which usually means it's time for price to come down. This is exactly what happened last time. Volatility maxed out and we pulled back to the daily guppy bands before putting in another pump. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, I will say that we do have some strong buys coming in around the $240 area to $235 area. So it does look like the 4-hour trend is being supported right now. So again, you can continue to hold Solana. I think this is fine. Probably want to be closing positions below 225 if we lose the 4-hour trend. Looking at the hourly, we do have a current higher hourly low right now. Did look like, let's see here. Overall pretty good. I do see resistance here at 255, so let's see if we can get above that. 30-minute time frame. Dip down into the value area low, dip down into the value area low, and a retest of the 30-minute 200 SMA. So overall, pretty good. Current resistance at what? 255? Yeah, 255.45 is where the 30-minute point of control is at. So right now we're at a deviation below that. So not a bad short-term trade, looking for a return to the value area high of 268, 270 approximately. So actually Solana looking pretty decent, not gonna lie. XRP. The one to rule them all. So as you guys know, I slid into XRP on the lows, and then I obviously talked about this daily breakout that we got on the 11th, and of course we've moved up pretty bigly since then. We're up about 30% on XRP. Weekly time frame, not too much to talk about here. Volatility is resetting on the weekly time frame, but still maxed out. Weekly RSI is, of course, overbought, but doesn't seem like anybody really cares. Let's see here. Daily RSI did reach overbought, pulled back a little bit, but pulled back to the 10 daily moving average on the daily time frame. So overall pretty good. So holding that. Invalidation would probably be on a daily close below the 10 DMA, and then price is likely going to pull back to about 227, 258 into the daily guppy bands for support. 4-hour time frame, we have a bullish trend that is intact. We are making a higher low on that dip, so let's just hope we just get gobbled up and continue to push. But hey, invalidation if we close below 295 on the 4-hour time frame. Hourly, we just saw again another higher low. Hourly BBWP got maxed out right here, so then we saw a pretty strong reversal. RSI is below 50. Still a bullish trend though. Let's look at the 30-minute time frame. Let's see here. Yeah, deviation below the 30-minute guppy bands. Had some regular bearish divergence right here, so that's totally fine. Probably the level to watch here is going to be a breakout of the 30-minute point of control at $3.27. And on the 5-minute. Yeah, so basically, yeah, 328 on the 5-minute time frames where we have quite a big chunk. That's where I'm currently seeing resistance. So far, deviation below the 5-minute 200 SMA. Massive volume on the sells right here. So let's see if we can get a push back up in the value area high. Level I would be watching for is a break here on the 5-minute time frame of 328, or break on the 30-minute time frame, as I said, of 327. So it's exactly the same, right? That's the breakout level to watch, 328, if we are going to push for new highs on XRP. And then I don't really think we need to be looking at anything else. Obviously, traditional markets are closed today. Let's check in and see. All right. My aggressive pullback strategy has, of course, been back in business since the 14th. So let's see how we've been doing. Pretty good, 77% profitable. Don't worry about this because I don't have the position sizing correct on this. This is just still in my beta form. But overall, doing pretty good. But again, this is just when Bitcoin has that 30-minute over the 4-hour trend, just buy 5-minute pullbacks, right? So doing pretty good. Sell when the RSI gets overbought. So we bought here, sold here, bought here, sold here, bought, sold here, bought, sold here, bought, sold here, and then we closed because of the reversal of the trend. And we've been back in action, and we are buying again. We've basically been buying this whole dip. The strategy has been. So pretty good. Not much to report there. Let's check in with our Mink strategy. Probably getting overall a little tiny bit chopped up. I am working on, yeah, this is not working properly. I am working on upgrading the code for Minx. There we go. All right, how have we done on the hourly time frame? Let's get this set up correctly. Current time frame. HMA, where are you? HMA. Hall moving average. There we go. 200 period. And we're going to do primary signals and reversals. And that all looks pretty good. This should be 3. Oh, not reversals. What are we doing? Plot take profits. Sorry. Apologies. Yeah, underperforming day here, although we did nail this short, and then obviously did amazing throughout this whole range. Overall, I think did good here, actually. And then actually didn't call for the long here, which is good. But it did call for the short on this candle on the hourly strategy. Not too bad. Let's see here. On Ethereum, let's see here. Did pretty good here. Long, take profit. Long, take profit. Right there. Short, take profit. Short, take profit. Long, and then short. Okay. So currently short, but overall looks like it crushed it on Ethereum pretty good over the last few days. And then on Solana, yeah, just long, short. All right, so basically entry in the longs all throughout here, and then exit here, short, take profit, long, short. So we are currently short, in profit, no take profit signal yet. So overall pretty good on the Mink strategy. All right, let's see here. Yeah, so what do we want to watch for? I mean, overall, I want to see some nice volatility compression, but we're going to be talking about Trump's meme coin now. So obviously this launched last night. Okay. I want to talk about this because I know a lot of people might be rushing out to buy this. And so I want to just kind of prime your pump and temper your expectations. Here's what you should expect. You should not, if you think that you are going to be able to go buy Trump's meme coin and make a 10x. DSM Linux says, what should we do right now? I favor spot longs on Bitcoin, my friend. I do not think the market is overvalued. If anything, I think altcoins are undervalued. Ugh. Probably experience a little bit of a dip unless we get if Trump signs anything. Hey, Tyler, good to see you, man. If Trump signs anything remotely, Bitcoin Strategic Reserve Act, then Bitcoin is probably going to 150,000 very, very quickly. If, on the other hand, nothing comes of today, then we probably pull back well, again, we don't have FOMC until the 29th, so we could still pump for like the next 5 to 7 days. Okay. And then start pulling back in anticipation of the hawkish FOMC. So the Trump meme coin, this launched last night, and it quickly rose to, again, FDV, it hit, what was its high? The high of 85.2 billion. Market cap was only like 10. But if we're looking at FDV, it hit 85.2. So we're probably going to have something like, I don't know, how much did we pull back? We had a 70% pullback. Followed by a 170% movement to the upside. And from that high, we have pulled back 51.87%. So let's see if we have support here at approximately 30 billion. One thing I will say is that if we look down here at the bottom, the top 100 have 94.95% of this coin, and they are all up only about 200%. I know that sounds like a lot, but for meme coins, that's really not a lot. These are people that are looking for a 5, 10, 20x. And the top 100 are averaging a sell return of about 33 to 37%. So that to me is not insane. So we'll see. I don't know. I said that about Sola and then I lost $3,000 on it. Oh, it's a great time to be alive, man. This is clear. It's going to clear the door. By the way, everybody's going to launch a meme coin now. Everybody. We after all the talk about adoption I have heard since 2018, we have officially arrived. Yes. Yes, we have officially arrived. All right. I did buy Department of Government Efficiency because Trump said Department of Government Efficiency. And this thing, I know this is kind of like hard to see, but he mentioned Department of Government Efficiency, and that's exactly when I bought it. I bought it at like 139, I think. It went up 35% in like 20 minutes. Let's see here. Yeah, hell yeah, man. No, it's like I always tell people, people want to make like meme coins like their strategy. It's not, man. Like when I trade meme coins, I generally trade them on the same like nonsense that all you guys do. It's not super complicated. Sure, I do have quite a lot of tools that I use. Like I have access to sentiment. I understand on-chain activity. I know how to analyze a wallet. I know how to study for risk of a rug pull. I know how to copy trade wallets. I know how to look to see what pivotal key wallets own certain coins. So yes, that all plays into it. But honestly, at the end of the day, I just have like $10,000 set aside to speculate on meme coins because I like to gamble like everybody else does. It doesn't need to be more complicated than that. So just to be clear here, I bought $1,000 worth of this at, I don't know, whatever I bought it at. Yeah, here. And then as I always do, I just sell to make sure I can sell, right? I knew it was because I had the official contract and it's like, all right, cool. But, so this is why I love GMGN. This metric right here has helped me make a lot of money. Just trying to analyze like position risk. Like I want to know, you know, exactly how much the top 100 own. All right. And here's the thing. I think people people are making a big deal about this. This wallet, this is the distribution wallet, and it holds 80% of the meme coin. I actually think this is a good thing. All right. Why is this a good thing? Because so people are like, oh, like, you know, Trump made all this money. The coins are still sitting in this wallet. Like Trump didn't sell. Like, what are you talking about? Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I see this top wallet, which was the launching wallet, holding 80% of the balance. If he were to sell that 80%, this thing would go to zero immediately. But I think this is going to set a pretty cool precedent. I think this actually is a good idea. And I think, so now I think I am going to launch my own coin on Solana. Not to make money. Listen, don't, it's just be very, very clear. But I'm going to launch the coin. I'm going to maintain 90% of the supply. Okay? Because I'm not going to dump it. Right? But that way, and I think that's how meme coins should work. I think this is going to set a precedent. Like, really think about this. This is going to set a precedent for for celebrities or politicians or important people to launch their own meme coin and retain the vast majority, like 80-90% of the supply, and then allow them to distribute it fairly. All right. Right. Yeah. So Alex, that's a good point. 80% in one wallet's good. Centralization can be an advantage. There's only one wallet to monitor. So if you start seeing distributions from the main wallet, you're like, oh, okay, get out. So this is all this price action that we're seeing is just the other 20%, right? In Binance, this is Binance. They have another 5% of it. So it's just 15% of supply, man. I appreciate that ad for Quant Token, more money. Appreciate that. Thank you. How much did Quant Token pay you to post that in my chat? Curious. All right, sorry. Put some light tunes on, guys. Nothing too crazy, just a little background music. Let me know if it's too loud. So yeah, but I think this is going to establish a precedent where influencers and popular people are going to be launching meme coins. They're going to be retaining the majority ownership and like kind of fairly distributing it amongst their community, amongst their people. And what we would like to see ideally is, you know, over a long period of time, you see that centralized ownership get distributed out. I understand that this is somewhat against like the idea of a fair launch, but I want to be very clear about something, right? I want to talk about a blatant hypocrisy in the kind of ethos, right? The kind of philosophy of decentralization that people have been pimping around the cryptocurrency markets for my entire career since 2016 and full-time 2018. All right, it's this idea, this myth about the fair launch. All right, it is the myth about the pump fund. It's the myth of all this nonsense, right? I've seen so many projects squander fair launches. So many projects have completely screwed up their token generation event, their token allocations. And it doesn't matter. We've tried everything. We've tried pre-mining. We've tried ICOs. We've tried pre-sales. We've done this. We've done that. The problem is you cannot, there just seems to be no way to prevent the insiders one way or another from getting in, clawing those key positions, right? Whether through phishing, whether through phishing wallets, buying a large amount and distributing it out that way. Sybil attacks, when we're talking about things like airdrops and point systems. Think Optimism, think Arbitrum, think dBridge, think literally anything that's launched with like a restriction, like X amount of coins per wallet. Okay, we just get Sybil attacked, right? And you've seen these videos of people with 15,000 wallets on their screen and just all Sybil. So, anyways, I digress. So this idea that if one entity centralizes control, right, or centralizes the supply and then distributes based on kind of what they want, that's completely against crypto. Maybe, but I just want to harken back to Alexander Hamilton. All right, you could say he was the inspiration for the central bank in the United States. He argued at the beginning of the United States that we needed a strong central currency, and he honestly argued against the idea of decentralization, which is what we had back then. We had lots of different banks issuing their own forms of currency spread out all throughout the country, and we had, again, there's a case to be made on either side. It's not just blanket, oh, that type of decentralization was bad. It's not just like the centralization of the currency is good. Everything has its gives and takes. But I think we're going to see a blend of both moving forward, especially because, and it depends. If we see DJT come out and really screw this up and just dump all of this supply and his meme coin goes to zero, but I don't think he's going to do that. One, he doesn't need the money. Two, he just doesn't need to do that. All right. But we'll see, right? That would obviously set a bad precedent. But if this supply is slowly filtered out to holders, whatever, then this will kind of go back to, oh my gosh, we can actually learn who we can trust when it comes to money. So just think about that for a little bit. Alex says Ethereum is more centralized than than Trump. I agree. Yeah. Prophet Bear says, I'm pretty sure Jesus is a really good example of a fair launch. Yes, indeed. Peckham, Welcome in, my friend. DSM Linux says, with the rapid rise of celebrity-endorsed cryptocurrencies and the inherent risks to consumers in financial systems, isn't it inevitable the governments will step in to regulate this space soon? I mean, we already have. I'm gonna think about your question for a second. So celebrity endorsed cryptocurrencies are nothing new. This has been going on since 2016. And we've seen lots of different enforcement actions from the SEC. We've seen, you know, lots of people get caught up in lawsuits for doing, but again, all of those were bad actors. You know, they launched like scam coins. Hawk Tua, right, for example, although she hasn't necessarily been caught up in any legal action, but actually I do think there is legal action now that I think about it. Yeah, see, but here's the thing. I want to push back, and again, it's the language that you're using. You're using very like SEC language, like inherent risks to consumers and financial systems. Like, I need you to demonstrate to me, one, that there is some form of inherent risk in cryptocurrencies or to the financial system of volatile assets. We have all forms of volatile assets all over the place. There's all forms of scams all over the place. Anytime, so to take it back a step to a philosophical level, the idea of cryptocurrency, the beauty of cryptocurrency is that anyone, anywhere with an internet connection and the know-how, and that's becoming increasingly commodified. So pump.fun, basically, so if we go back to 2020, you could launch your own cryptocurrency pretty easily, but it still required you to, at least if you knew absolutely nothing, to sit down and probably spend like a week or two figuring it out, right? Pump.fun completely obfuscated that away, so that you know, and by the way, back in 2020, you'd still need like $5,000 to $7,000 to launch a coin, right? Pump.fun obfuscated that away, and you could launch a coin with like $500. So that's why, I mean, we can literally go to pump.fun right now and just like what? Let's just go. Let's go to pump.fun. And let's go to, yeah. How do we go to like the, where's the like the latest? We go to advanced. Here we go. All right, here we go. So like we're literally watching. This is coins being launched right now. These are all new cryptocurrencies. This is how fast it's happening. All of these are potential investments. All right. And now, okay, so are 99% of those going to be good investments? No. But crypto gives people the freedom to launch a token for whatever purpose that they want. And if they have a solid enough idea and project, they can attract investors. It is a direct response to regulation. It is a direct response to the regulatory state. All societies and all humans live on a sliding scale of control and freedom. Specifically within context of a government, what we've seen is that typically as government protection, regulation goes up, individual freedom goes down. And that's a trade-off that some are happy to accept, and everybody in a different level. The original ethos of crypto is a strong reversal in the other direction. A ascension of individual liberty and freedom, and a descension of government regulation or control. So, yeah, are we going to probably see some forms of government regulation? I mean, we already have. But with regards to like preventing people from launching coins, again, the problem with that is that we've talked about that before. The problem with restricting the ability of what people can do on cryptocurrency and making them have some verified middleman, first off, would require sweeping changes to just functionally the way the blockchains work programmatically. And you would just see capital flight out of the United States because lots of other countries would, well, maybe not European countries, but lots of other countries would be willing to open their door to be the crypto capital of the world. Or maybe the FBI is about to kick my door in any moment. I don't know. B-Flow says NGL. Yes, you can, DSM Linux. NGL, I threw $100 into Hawk2 a Saturday. It might be one of the stupidest, smartest plays. Now, you know what? Listen, when Luna was crashing, this is way back in the day. When Luna, not way back, way back in the Luna crash. The Luna crash of 2022. Luna was like, had dropped like 99%. And I threw like $10,000 into it, and it went up like 500%. And I was like, burp. And then it like went down another 99%. You know what I mean? But it was making some big bounces like on those way down, like 99% and all the way up. Is it possible for celebrities to strategically use a third party to launch a cryptocurrency, framing the coin or token as a gift to the celebrity? Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of, obviously with pump.fun being one of the biggest ones, but there are lots of other token generation platforms and contracts. Same with NFTs. But I'm curious as to the point, like you're saying a celebrity could use a third party to launch a token and then give the celebrity an allocation of the token as a gift to legally make it appear as if the celebrity had nothing to do with the creation of the token, but then they have the allocation of the token, and because of the news of their holding of the token or involvement with the token, even though they didn't have anything to do about it, the token's price would then go up and they would get rewarded. Yeah, I mean, this is called dusting. It happens all the time. Tokens launch and they will send holdings to very popular crypto wallets like Vitalik or whatever other developers. In fact, it's even happened to me because my wallet address is, well, at least one of my hot trading wallet addresses is krakencrypto.eth. So people dust my wallet with shitcoins all the time, to be honest with you. And so again, well, not again, but in that particular situation, well, hold on, we're gonna buy another $1,000 worth of 5. I'll fire the laser on another 5 Solana into Trump here. It explores the potential legal gray areas and the extent to which such tactics can actually protect public figures from liability in the eyes of regulators and the public. Well, I mean, yeah, I think it's a lot simpler than that. I mean, what you're discussing is exactly profit bear. I mean, but what you're discussing is, I'm pretty sure, like, illegal. You know what I mean? Because if it were established, because whenever you do something, especially, there's a lot of scrutiny on celebrities who do things for public gain. Like this whole idea of celebrities using their influence to launch cryptocurrencies is nothing new. I mean, literally look at Hawk2 and the legal troubles that she's in right now. Like, and who else? Like, was it Wesley Snipes, or am I just thinking of because of his tax stuff? But damn, he looked strong in Deadpool versus Wolverine. Who are some other celebrities that have gotten into hot water because of? Let's ask Grok. Caitlyn Jenner, Iggy Azalea, Jason Derulo, Haley Welch, Sean Kingston, Davido. Kim K, Floyd Mayweather Jr., of course, DJ Khaled. Yeah, I remember all those. Lindsay Lohan, Jake Paul, Soulja Boy, Steven Seagal. Yeah, Paris Hilton, T.I. Yeah, I remember all this shit. Alex says risk and volatility are two very different things. Yeah. I think that there's not a lot of, you know, again, it's just a little bit of education, you know, like what is the, like there, when it comes to something that's less than a month old, the risk is what you need to think about versus the volatility, right? But when something's been around for a year, it's the volatility you want to be concerned about, and typically less than risk. So risk is something that typically decreases with a factor of time, but it becomes punctuated around certain key catalysts, of course. Holding an asset isn't a crime, but being involved in the generation of a security or an investable asset while trying to hide that from potential investors is a crime. It is typically illegal to deceive for financial gain. So the prosecutors would have to prove intent, they would have to prove deception, and they would have to actually be able to find proof that they were involved. So, you know, probably somebody tells on them, or, you know, their records get compromised, or they get investigated by Zach XBT. Believe it or not, there are a ton of good on-chain analysts who just go around like their job is justice, right? It's like L from Death Note, right? Just constantly monitoring the blockchain, like, whoa, check this out. And then, you know, so it's pretty cool. Obviously, a lot of stuff flies under the radar, but a lot of stuff doesn't. You'd be surprised. All right, let's check back in with Bitcoin. What are we doing? Have we fallen out of the ground yet? Not much. Just chilling. 103,133. Ugly looking 4-hour candle. Ugly looking daily candle, I'm not gonna lie. Again, like I said, below 100,290, we have a throwback back into the trading range. And we'll cut risk on BTC. If holding a coin is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Said if holding a coin is wrong, I don't want to be right. No, no, no.
Make that the new intro. Ethereum. Ethereum might be about to break out. Volatility compression on the 5-minute time frame. Volatility, not massive volatility compression on like the hourly or the 30-minute, but 5-minute might give us a pop above 3,400. We'll just keep it at 5x. No reason to go crazy with it. Yeah, it looks pretty good actually. $33.15. All right, so nice tight invalidation, and let's go back to F. And what are we going to shoot for? $33.93. Hindenburg Research, which exposed many scams of $1 billion, is now probably shutting down. What's my opinion? I don't really have one, my friend. Let's find out Grok's opinion. I won't post your name in here, though. Work-life balance. Yeah, like, listen. I actually think that short selling firms like this are necessary for the markets. I think a lot of people like this right here. While celebrated for exposing fraud, Hindenburg's methods were controversial. Critics accused them of market manipulation or benefiting from the very instability they helped create, raising ethical questions about short selling practices. I'm a free markets guy, so I mean, this is literally, you need checks and balances for the markets. And the only way you can create good, sustainable checks and balances is by creating things that are in other people's best interest. So you have to give people the opportunity to make money from you doing a poor job. Otherwise, you don't have a very good method for regulating the system. If everybody's just incentivized to toe the line and be like, "Oh yeah, everything's fine," like, no, don't look here. So yeah, I mean, but they haven't eliminated like the ability for another, like, what are some similar groups to Hindenburg? Muddy Waters, Viceroy, Citron, Bronte Capital, Spruce Point, Blue Orca, Wolfpack. Yeah, I think we're going to be just fine without one player in the space. Probably going to be just fine. All right, we got to get to our notifications. All right, looks good. Check out our new X for no, I'm good. Okay. A lot of likes, appreciated. Thank you guys. Bookmarks for today. Let's go over these. Starting with Miles Deutscher. Who says, the Trump launch is the craziest thing I've seen in my 6 years in crypto, and it's going to have a huge impact on crypto. if you want to understand the ramifications, you must read this thread. He has combined 10 essential tweets. So here, of course, is the thread that started it all, with Donald J. Trump on X with his official account announcing that his official Trump meme is here. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for: winning. Join my very special Trump community. Get your Trump now. Go to gettrumpmemes.com. And of course, he even posts the contract address right in the picture. I don't know if anybody told him it wasn't an NFT, so this didn't have to be like an AI generated picture of Donald Trump. He goes on to say, this is bigger than the 2017 ICO bubble. Reading the timeline, and most of you still don't get it, crypto changed forever last night. We're entering a period the likes of which has never been seen before anything goes bigger than the 2017 ICO bubble. I don't care if you're happy about it or not, it's happening. Adapt now. A paradigm shift never before seen in crypto. I think we are not supposed to overthink this. President of the United States launched a meme coin, strategic Bitcoin reserve, crypto to be a national priority. This is a paradigm shift we've never seen before. Recalibrate your ceilings a lot higher and take a chance. You guys here to make money or not? Summary of what just occurred. If you're in shock, disbelief, or don't like how this played out, let me spell it out for you. The leader of the free world launched a coin currently worth 70 billion. Well, hold on. Checks notes. 38 billion and dropping. I digress. It has shown the future of capital, information, and markets in the digital age, one where money moves globally at the speed of light. Crypto is now accepted in the land of the free and the home of the brave. Now wonder who will launch coins next. The world will come back to work next week and no longer be the same. This is bigger than Paul Tudor Jones buying Bitcoin in 2020. The impact of what has happened in the last few days is not priced in. I've seen wild things in this industry. This is the wildest by far, still processing. Trump launched the first coin in this market that unleashed the animal instincts. The coin shot straight to the moon. It left everyone scratching their heads because they hadn't seen any such thing in the last few years. Congrats to those who caught it. I have seen, and I know so many people who are depressed because they see Trump as the make it trade and also think that this was the end for the bull run. People who are yet to make it are on the verge of giving up and walking off from the markets. Seeing that actually makes me sad, and I'd like to tell you all how I see the Trump trade. I think this coin is not the end, but just the beginning. The main reason why everyone sees this as the top is because this was the first bear market where no one really logged off and kept gambling in the trenches. Seeing something so big definitely scares everyone, especially when those sidelined watch people make it in retiring. But believe me, Trump is nothing close to what we saw in 2021. Coins were, and I've said this before too, similar things. Coins were launching at 100 billion plus FDV and would still go up. Trump is just a gateway to bringing retail back to crypto, and the app's platform metrics show that only. My suggestion to everyone who missed this trade is that do not get disappointed. Stick around. Remember that it's truly over when you give up. The trenches are never dry. Trump is just the tip of the iceberg. The real liquidity is about to come, and this 1 year is going to give you life-changing opportunities every single week. This individual doesn't think the market tops before 2026. I truly believe in 4-year cycles, and I think 2025 will be a copy of 2021 with at least a 2x in total size. Everything remains the same. It's just that the players have changed. For example, Solana is now your main coin for alt season instead of Ethereum. You've got to bid the right coins and you will make it in this market. Stick to the Solana trenches. The official USA blockchain title is certainly going with Solana at this point. Amen, DSM. Whoops, what just happened? Control Shift T. Let's see here. The dark side and pain caused by Trump coin. Let's see here. All right, some things to remember. Nobody saw this coming except insiders. Most people were asleep or chilling on their Friday evening. Yeah, whatever. All right. The Trump launch has changed the fabric of crypto in many ways, but it's not as simple as bullish or bearish. It's nuanced, with clear bullish implications and clear bearish ones. Here are both sides broken down via ChatGPT. Bullish on Solana, clearly chosen as America's chain, solidifies Trump's pro-crypto position, endorsement on the biggest stage. The odds of a strategic Bitcoin reserve pro-crypto policy are now higher. Could be a positive tailwind for Bitcoin, real-world assets, DeFi, and alts, which are most impacted. May accelerate net new inflows. Moonshot hitting #1 on the App Store is an example of this. It will even get more exposure next week once it hits mainstream media. Opens the door for more launches / innovation / crypto capital inflow in the United States. Clear green light signal. Cons: liquidity suck. It's $10 billion. I don't see how. Liquidity. What? Makes crypto look bad in Congress? No. Incentivizes more meme launches, altcoin dispersion. All right. Accelerates the cycle. Yeah, whatever. Bearish Ethereum. All right, whatever, dude. Profits from the Trump rally could siphon down into the broader altcoin market. All right, so phase 1 by Trump. Flow of money moves into Trump, causing price surges. Money flows into Ethereum, but it struggles to keep up with Bitcoin. Ethereum goes back and forth with Bitcoin and starts outperforming it. Phase 2, Solana. Right into alt season. Large caps have gone full vertical and we're seeing blow off tops. Mid caps, low caps, and micro caps all tend to pump around the same time. Large caps have been outperforming Bitcoin and Ethereum. It seems every coin is going parabolic regardless of fundamentals. Memes are everywhere. Everyone is super excited and you feel the mania in the air. With the money flow being... So, yeah. So, we're... Money flow from Solana to Trump. And Trump to Sol. And from Sol to alt season. Interesting. The normies on Moonshot are buying Tether, Trump, USA Coin, RTR, Lu, RZ. I haven't even... And Elon. Wow. Okay. Probably go long on Elon. This was a relatively... I mean, it was 170. It was 170% move to the upside. From the lows anyways. So did we just have a nice another double bottom at about 32 billion? And can we push up here to, like, let's say 53? AM says that's a pyramid disguised as boxes. I mean, listen. I feel triggered by your sentence. Oh, I gotta get cross-legged for this one. Oh. Man, I gotta turn the ISO up on my camera. Why do I seem so dark today? This is very unprofessional. Is the sentence in the room right now? What are we talking about? Were you so hold on, AM, are you talking about the money flow chart? This thing right here? Because if so, I will just say that, you know, when it comes to crypto and all financial markets, you have the best. Yeah, okay. So I'll just say this because, you know, you have, and this is exactly what I say literally in the first chapter of my course. You are dealing with the smartest, most technically inclined, capitalized individuals in the world. Obviously, when you're talking about the traditional markets and the bond markets, that's a given. But the people that I've met in crypto, people with a lot more money than me, people with like a way better edge, they're insanely motivated, capitalized, and intelligent. And they're just way better at the game than most of any of us are ever going to get. So I'm not really upset that they do well. I don't think there's a point in that, because I think we should live in a world that like rewards excellence. The reality is that, and this is exactly why I do what I do. This is exactly like, I know it's like, oh, hey man, like you're selling courses and indicators and all this stuff. Like, well, like, listen, I've had thousands of people come through my program. The ones who complete the program, I still talk to almost all of them. And most of them still trade and they're doing well. They haven't lost their money. They don't hit me up and they're like, oh my God, I got rug pulled. Oh my God, I lost it all. Because the main point that I try to convey is that if you're going to trade, because obviously, listen, yeah, like I'm over here like just meme coin trading with like play funds, but I edge a lot, bro. If you really want to come into this market as a retail trader without the connections, without the capitalization, without the strategy, without the insider information, you've got to sit down and create a strategy, right? I am a big proponent of technical strategies because they work. I know they work, and they just rinse and repeat. They're not sexy, but they work. Yeah. No, I'm not taking it personally. I'm just triggered that you said trickle down economics. Because that's a passion issue of mine when it comes to economics, right? It's an economic, like, I get it. Like in crypto, we might be talking, and I probably agree with you in crypto, right? Like, yeah, this is probably not going to help out the average individual. But that's been like every market cycle, you know what I mean? Like who made more money in 2021, retail traders or the Ethereum insiders? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, who's going to make more money in 2025? Like the retail traders or the Solana insiders? Like, come on, guys. Okay. I made $3. Fascinating. All right. We're stop loss up though. Oh wait. 33.27. I should specify the reason I feel straight on Trump is Get B-Flow, get out of here, man. The biggest problem is expectation. Hold on. I've been in the market for a few cycles, my friend. Yeah, I've seen you. I like you, AM. I don't take, no, listen, I've got huge, yeah, I'm good, man. I'm very zen. Yeah, I don't know. So your statement that he is abusing his power and position and a lot of citizens will suffer not understanding what he puts out, I just kind of fundamentally disagree with you. First off, how are people going to get harmed? All right. You could say, like, I'm sure you listen, like, I hear you, man. Like, I get it. Okay, but what is a legitimate way to introduce citizens into crypto? Do you see what I mean? Like, crypto is not safe. I got DSM, I got you, man. We're just having this back and forth on YouTube, which I enjoy. It's all good. Like, I absolutely understand your position that, hey, you know, the president shouldn't launch a meme coin. He should be above this, right? It dropped 50% in minutes last night, right? But I mean, it also went up, you know, it also went up very, very quickly. So yeah, I mean, some people, but that's how people have always gotten into crypto, right? Yeah, it's never been something this big with the president of the United States, dropping a coin, but generally, a lot of the people that I meet in crypto, I'm like, hey, how did you get into crypto? And they're either tech nerds who like knew about it for a long time, or they're normies who are like, well, I saw XYZ coin or heard about XYZ coin and I got into it and I lost a lot of money, but you know, I got hooked and now I'm still around, you know? And then in addition, with regards to the supply, yeah, 80% is held by one wallet. So for somebody like me, I think that's a good thing. I only have to monitor one wallet for distributions, and this wallet hasn't sold. Total profit, 0. And that's 80% of the supply. So if this wallet starts distributing, then yes, probably a lot. Like Hawk2a, you know what I mean? Like, the problem with Hawk2a is that it was a similar situation in which there was a large percentage of the supply held through multiple addresses that were linked to the token generation wallet, right? And then they all dumped on retail. So as retail was coming in and buying, it was the supplier that was dumping. This is not that. This is not that. All right, hold on. DSM Linux real quick. Solana experienced a... Solana experienced a price fluctuation, reaching $175 on... Okay, hold on. We're getting technical. Reaching $175 on Christmas Eve, followed by an increase to $218 on January 7th, before retracing to $175 on January 13th. Currently, it's trading at $245, but it appears to be trending downwards given recent price action. Resistance. What could be the potential bottom for Solana in the near term? No. I did a full analysis of Solana. Let's look at the weekly. Are we overbought on the weekly? No. Is volatility maxed out on the weekly? No. Did we just have a huge weekly move with what looks like a potential blow off top and now a doji candle, which is generally a reversal candle? Yes. So again, if you're entering here on a breakout, it's high risk. Let's look at the daily time frame. The daily, again, very blow off top shooting star pattern. All right. Doji candle indicating strong buys from the 10 daily moving average. So again, could go up, but overbought RSI and maxed out volatility. This is usually when you want to be taking profit, not entering. So if you're trading, if you're buying into Solana here, it's really, you don't really have a good trade setup, in my opinion. You're either putting a lot of emphasis on like immediate continuation for Solana based on like the Trump thing, which is fine. That's a fundamental trade. That's not a technical trade. And then on the weekly, like, we just made a new all-time high. So maybe you're like, okay, new all-time high, we're likely going to continue on. That's fine as well. But that's more of a fundamental thing, and that's less of a technical thing. Technically, on the daily, we're in a high-risk area. So pullback or green candles is what you'd probably want to see before entering. 4-hour time frame, though, if we get into the medium term, looks like we do have support. We have a 4-hour uptrend. That 4-hour uptrend would be terminated by a 4-hour close below 223. Right now, we are making a higher 4-hour low, so it does look like if we could close the 4-hour back above 255, potentially could be a nice breakout trade or a swing trade. If we get down to the hourly, even more short term, looks like, again, we are above the 200 SMA, so bullish trend. We have deviated below the 1-hour guppy bands, but they are contracting, which means we're likely going to be ranging here for a little bit. Probably in the short term, over the next 4 to 8 hours, we get back up around here, 263. Do we probably start climbing higher initially? Probably not. All right, looks like you've got a descending trend line, so I would mark out a target probably in the short term around 260, and then we either put in, so right now we're forming a what looks like a symmetrical triangle. So we either get a breakout, pullback, retest, and pump, or we go down. So when we're consolidating, just trade the breakout. More long-term than that, like I said, daily's pretty overbought, maxed out volatility. I wouldn't be entering Solana long here. I am holding Solana, but I've been holding Solana for a minute. So the situation is just different. Tech PR, man, I'll get to you, dude. You're not the only guy in chat, man. Alex81SG said, let's be real. People don't get into crypto for the tech. They get into crypto because price goes up. Listen, man, I will have you know that I care deeply, deeply about the technology. In fact, when I enter into a project, I am more concerned with its technological viability rather than, oh my God, Trump coin. Look at that shit right there. Oh my God. All right. Tech PR. Sir, I received a signal to buy Trump coin, but it has not completed the target before the ceremony. Wait, hold on. Did you say something? Oh, I am afraid because I bought Trump coin at $48, but it is still falling. I'm in loss. Can you guide me to hold or sell? I mean, honestly, dude, you should probably sell, man. Like I could sit here and be like, oh, like we're at support, market cap, you know what I'm saying? Looks like we've got support, is probably going to go up, you know? So like, listen, I'll even do you a solid, man. Like, you know, if you just don't want to stress out about it at all, I would sell, man. But like crypto is tough, man. You know, I can't predict the future. I'm buying Trump coin right now, right? So, I mean, I probably should tell you to buy, but that's not the kind of person I am, man. It takes a certain mental clarity. And if you came into this thinking that, oh my God, I can just buy a coin, even with President Trump's name on it and make money, dude, you're in the wrong place, man. It's not going to happen. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to be mean. I've been doing this since 2018, man. It's just, this is not for the faint of heart. I should probably fire another like 5 Solana into this right now. Looks like we're getting some bullishness. Volatility, 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 volatility. What is even the price? Sorry, I'm looking at market cap. I don't think in terms of price. You bought it 48? Yeah, I mean, like, okay, so right now we seem to have a range between like $32 and like $64, and like you bought in the middle of the range. It sucks when you buy in the middle of the range and then you got to deal with price swings up or below. So, I mean, you can probably hold out and like, you know, sell at like 50, right? 55 maybe, but that's stretching it. Hourly volatility is not compressed within the Kelleher channel, so I'm not really, or 15-minute volatility is not compressed within the Kelleher channel, so I'm really just kind of banking on this push to the upside here, but we'll see. This thing could just continue to sell off, at which point I would probably like bounce out, right? I'm down 5% right now, but I'm kind of scooping up the lows. Buy Grit coin because it's deep fried on a stick, and proceed to copy trade. Oh, Mr. Magoog, it's all good, man. It's all good, bro. Flow, I swear to God, if you're selling on me right now, dude, I am gonna come through. I know where you live, dude. We need a big war right now to stop BTC, and most probably, what do you mean, dude? Oh, okay. Unless you're saying it would take a war, like a real war, like to stop Bitcoin from going up. Is that what you're saying? Or are you suggesting that like we got to stop Bitcoin, and if it takes a war, so be it? You guys think on that for just a second. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. What? All right. What did I miss? Oh. What did I miss? What's going on with Ethereum? Pump it up. Let's go. We'll make 40 bucks. Pump up the jam. My goodness. Pump it up. Why would we? Oh, okay. Sorry, DSM. I wasn't sure. I agree with you, man. I think we are going to need a war. And listen, if the ceasefire in Israel is any indication of the performance that we can expect moving forward from this administration, then I think we're probably good to go, man. But listen, I'll tell you, one of the tenets of cryptocurrency that I hold fair to, that I hold deep to, it's verify, don't trust, man. At the end of the day, everybody's responsible for their own life. You're responsible for your own trades. You're responsible for your own portfolio. It's nobody else's fault, whether you make money or lose money, other than you. You sit around, blame people, blame the president, blame the market makers, blame the manipulators, blame the insiders, blame that, blame. It's your account, man. At the end of the day, you got to trade it. Nobody's responsible for it but you. All right. If you're not making money, it's because you're not very good at this. All right. But you can get better. You know, you got to. Dude, I have been B-Flow, I'll have you know, man, I am immune to the cold. I went outside this morning in my flip-flops and shorts and started my girlfriend's car and scraped the windshield. Make meme coins not war. Tyler, amen, dude. What is my biggest profit? Mine is when I was 12, I bought 2 worth 17 cents strikers in Counter-Strike. Now they're 70,000 each name. Well, nice, dude. That's pretty sick, dude. My biggest singular profit. I mean, honest, like being really honest. I mean, I was out there for like 5 minutes. B-Flow. You know what I'm saying? I got my hunting gear too. I'm insulated from the cold. Probably, I mean, my biggest win is this is going to sound lame as a trader, but my biggest win, like perspective wise, is just the buying and holding of Bitcoin. I've been buying Bitcoin since 2016. So when it comes to, you know, the significant wins, it's just been that, just stacking, right? Stacking the old sats. Otherwise, I mean, I bought Blockstack at what? Like, I don't know, between 18 and 36 cents. I can't really remember. And then sold half of my Blockstack about 274. So that was a good one. I've 10x, 20x, like various altcoin positions, but most of those were for position sizes like lower than 10,000, generally around $1,000 or $2,000 per position. All right. Positive inflows over the last hour, 9 million in inflows into Trump coin. Crypto Caveman, what's up, dude? Tyler, Link is a good position. Let me hold up. I do think Link is a good position. I think Ohm is a good position here. Look at this volatility compression on Ohm, dude. Like, obviously you want to buy the breakout, but we're like at the bottom, deviation below the Bollinger Bands. So I think Ohm's really good. I'll show you guys stuff that's on my watch list. Mantle looks like a good buy to me right here. Testing the 100 SMA, deviation below the Bollinger Band, strong buy, regular bullish divergence, and oversold conditions. Mantle, obviously one of the strongest coins of this cycle. I hope you guys bought Morpho when I told you guys to. That's all I'm going to say. Chainlink here doesn't look great, but if I now switch over to... This ain't it. Thank you. Link does look... Wait. How do you realize? Did you get... Do you mean 2384, Tyler? Because Link is like $25 right now. But yeah, nice breakout. Pullback retest of the breakout zone right here. Daily momentum. Strong volume, unnatural volume, 2x unnatural volume on the previous daily candle. So yeah, I think Link is good. And then Pyth. Pyth is interesting. Pyth could go down more, but Pyth is one that I'm watching. Oh, so you're not joking. Your average entry is... Oh. My man. I mean, what else can I say, dude? My man. Ahmed said Pepe still strong. Hey, man. Let's look at its market cap. Pepe's still strong, dude. No, Pyth is it's a price aggregator. So it's an oracle for prices. A lot of blockchain projects use it. It's a good asset to be a Maxion, man. It's a good asset to be a Maxion. Guys. Tyler, don't worry about it, man. I thought I was silly the first time I round tripped Bitcoin. And then I realized, holy crap, round tripping things with strength, with good fundamentals is just good business. Right? I round trip Blockstack, so it's all right. Sold half of it this time. So we'll see. All right, so executive summary, ladies and gentlemen, because it's time to start balancing out. Obviously, we've had a lot of things happen in the last 48, 72 hours. All right. A lot of potential with the Trump coin. Okay. Most of the people that I've talked to who are sharks, they think it's going to pump to reach about, $100, $110 per coin. All right. So let's be very realistic about that. You're not going to get a 50x off the Trump coin unless something ridiculous happens. All right. Which I don't know if I'm ready to conceive of that. But a 3x, a 2x, a 3x is potentially possible. High risk, so just know what you're getting into. For a lot of people tuning in, just very interested about what's going on. Bitcoin overall looks good. We do have some headwinds moving into January's FOMC where I do doubt that the Fed will pivot dovishly, but anything could happen. And so far, from a market structure perspective, we have broken out, retested, and pushed up off our consolidation wedge. We want to be careful. Anything below 100,000, 300. So you could just make it easier and be like, price below 100,000 kind of looks like a failed breakout. And let's just wait to see if price dips back down or goes to breakout again. Overall, for those of you who aren't as fancy traders, who don't want to be fancy with the trading, who like have no idea what I mean, what I'm talking about when I say like entries and exits, I do favor spot Bitcoin long position. You know, I'm pretty heavy in spot Bitcoin right now, pretty heavy in spot Solana, spot Ethereum right now. So, and I am actively purchasing the Trump meme coin now that it's pulled back 70% from its previous high, from its current high. So that's all I'll say. Could go down another 50%, could go down another 80%. Who knows? All I know that as long as that 80% is sitting in that controlled wallet and not distributing, not too much to worry about. All we're seeing is coins cycling from old hands to new hands. And listen, guys, this hasn't even, the crypto thing, this hasn't even hit like mainstream media yet. So just wait. Retail's coming. Other than that, guys, I need you to be safe. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's show. As a reminder, we do this show every weekday from noon to 2 Central Standard Time, safe here in the middle of the United States, far from the West Coast, far from the East Coast. Flip that, reverse it, do it the other way. But that is 1 to 3 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard, 10 to noon over on the West Coast. If you want to support what we're doing here, please like this video, share this video, comment down below what you guys would like to see in tomorrow's video, what you're buying and selling, what your views on the market are. I do read every comment. I do respond to every comment, and I'd love to hear from you guys. We will be back tomorrow. Make sure to click that first link in the description, subscribe to receive the Crypto Alpha Report, daily insights delivered to your inbox daily, data-driven research to keep you armed and dangerous. Check out all the links down below. Shout out to our exchange partner, ByDFi. Click on that third link in the description and get 18% off your trading fees with a VIP level 1 advantaged account, access to over 600 coins, up to 200x leverage, and demo trading so you can trade safely before risking any capital. I will see you over there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. I'll see you tomorrow. Trade safely. Be excellent to one another. Bye-bye now.